How can you make your life more harmonious? Simple. Streamline it. Come with me on a journey to organization where we will build real freedom through time management and reduction of our stuff so that we're no longer a slave to our things. Yesterday was day 16 of the Omer, and today is Tiferet, Shebetfaret, harmony within harmony. In order to bring more harmony into your life today, I want you to go ahead and look at the processes of how you do everything and see what you can streamline. Where can you make your things work harder for you? And where can you make objects obsolete so that you have fewer objects around? What I mean by how can you make things work harder for you? Look at the objects that you have and see what is something that's doing one thing for you. The best example I can think of is makeup. A lot of times we have makeup that does one thing, but if you have an extensive eyeshadow palette, for example, why can't that also serve as blush? How can we make our things work harder? If you have a really good knife, how can you make some of the other gadgety tools that you have in your kitchen obsolete? In case you didn't know, I am Rebecca and I'm a personal organizer. And what I see in people's houses all the time is so much excess. People have so much stuff and it becomes a burden to actually store it and take care of it. And all those things are supposed to be working harder for us and helping us live our best life. But what we end up doing is taking care of all this stuff all the time. In order to not take care of our stuff, we need to streamline our processes more so that we're not taking care of the stuff and the stuff is working hard for us. When we reduce what we have and we streamline the process and make it easier to use with fewer steps and tools along the way, it actually becomes easier for us to manage both the process, and we're more likely to do it, and also the stuff that's included in the process. So if you would streamline your makeup routine in the morning, first of all, it would save you time, it would save you energy, it would save you space, but also it would save you money and you would have fewer things, which means you're more likely to use the makeup. Other processes could include cooking. Sometimes we're so caught up in having the right tools for cooking, right? But we could just make simple things that are healthy with a very good knife and a very good cutting board. We don't need a lot of fancy tools. And sometimes I think those fancy tools really inhibit us because you don't really want to take out the food processor every time you need to cut up some vegetables because that's a lot of parts to wash and who wants to stand there and watch them all? The fact of the matter is most of the time we don't use most of the things that we have. And so when we can really look at the process of what we have and let go of the things that we are not using, it's so much easier to actually get to the things that we want to use. And that also makes the process easier every day. I'm not picking on beauty products, but the reason that I highlighted beauty products is because I know that most of my clients have shampoo graveyards in their bathrooms and they have so many beauty products that they've tried one time because it promised something, but then they get it home and they don't like it. So cut your losses and let it go. And next time, before you try something, see if you can get a sample so we can A, reduce the waste and we're not wasting what we have, and B, so we can not have to spend money on something that we're not going to use and that's just going to end up in the trash, because that is not very zero waste. So today, take some time to look at your processes and streamline whatever you can. Here's a pro tip. This can include any sort of process that you do. It can be your makeup. It can be how you get out the door in the morning. It can be how you make a salad. It doesn't matter. Take a minute and analyze what you're doing when you're doing it and see if there's a more efficient way to do it with fewer tools. And once you figure out what fewer tools means to you, see what you can eliminate. The point is to see what you're doing every day and see if you can make the process simpler by reducing the tools or the steps it takes to do that process. Remember, our brothers and sisters in captivity and the soldiers who protect us do not have the capability to do this today. So have gratitude for the fact that you can. Have a beautiful day full of Tiferet, Shebetfaret.